Okay, in the last example we calculated the speed, and we said that that speed was going to be 0.5 kilometers per hour. Sorry, that handwriting's kind of sloppy. I'm going to zoom in now, okay? Okay. So, what we need to do now is we need to take this number that's in kilometers per hour, and I need to change it into meters per second. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite that. Wait, maybe not. Why won't it rewrite? Okay. Well, let's just get started. So, I know that I'm in kilometers per hour right now, okay? So I'm in kilometers per hour. And I need to change into meters per second. So really what I've got is I've got two different conversions. I've got kilometers to meters, and I've also got hours to seconds. Now I need conversion factors for each of those. And remember, a conversion factor is just how much of this is in that. And I want you to write it down, okay? It really gets easier if you write it down. So I'm going to write down in 1 kilometer, there are 1,000 meters. And then in 1 hour, there are 3,600 seconds. Now, if you don't know those, that's fine. You can just look them up on Google. It's not that big of a deal to look it up on Google. All right, now I have to start my conversion process. Since I have that, now I can set up train tracks. So I'm going to set up 0.5 kilometers, and then my line in hours goes down here. Now, since I have two conversions, all right, I've got 2 conversions. Sorry, those are check marks. I need 2 sets of boxes. So the first box is going to do this part, kilometers to meters. The second box is going to do this part, hours to seconds. So we're focused on kilometers to meters. Remember, if kilometers is in top, I'm going to put my conversion factor in so that kilometers cancels. To cancel it, it has to go in bottom, okay? So kilometers on top, kilometers on bottom. Now, since kilometers on bottom, that means meters is the other part of my conversion factor. So watch what I do here. I'm just taking the numbers from my conversion factor. So 1,000 meters and 1 kilometer. So the 1,000 is going to go up here with meters. The 1 is going to go down here with kilometers. All right. Before I do any math, I'm going to set up the next step. All right. So I've done this. Now I have to do this, hours to seconds. So again, I've got to get hours to cancel out. Now notice that hours is on the bottom here, so I'm going to put it on the top here. That'll make it cancel. Hours goes on top, seconds goes on bottom. Now I'm going to use this conversion factor, hours and seconds. So 1 hour will go right there. 3,600 seconds goes down here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cancel units, okay? So there's a kilometer on top and a kilometer on bottom. So I'm going to cancel out kilometer on top, cancel out kilometer on bottom. There's also an hour on top and an hour on bottom. So I cancel out the hour on bottom, I cancel out the hour on top. And notice all that's left over now is meters per second, which is what I wanted, meters per second. Now, to do the math, all you're going to do, you're going to multiply 0.5 times 1,000, hit enter on your calculator, it'll give you 500, and then divide by 3,600. And that's going to give you 0.1388, and I'm going to round that to 0.14, and then my unit is meters per second.